Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start with a slip knot. There's no magic number here, an odd, an even, multiples, nothing, just chain away as many as you want. Okay, and once you're done, grab those locking stitch markers, and don't worry, you'll thank me later for these, and you're going to pop one into your very first stitch there. And what you're going to do now is you're going to skip your very first chain from your hook. You're going to insert into the next chain. You're going to yarn over, you're going to pull up a loop, and then you're going to yarn over and pull through both those loops. And that's your first single crochet. We have our stitch marker now in the top of that. Okay, so now you notice this V here, and that's your guide for your next stitch. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to insert your hook under that leg, that vertical bar of that V, and then you're going to insert under the chain, and then you're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, and now you're going to yarn over and pull through all three. Okay, so let me show you that a little bit closer. Okay, so you're going to find that first leg there. You're going to put your hook in underneath that one. You're going to go under into the next chain. You're going to pull up a loop. You will have 3 loops on your hook, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Again, you see this V here? You're going to insert your hook in underneath that vertical bar. Then you're going to insert your hook into the next stitch. You're going to yarn over and pull up a loop. Then you're going to yarn over and come back through all 3 loops. Okay, so you're going to repeat this all the way across. Through the vertical bar, through the stitch, pull up a loop, and come through all 3. Now what we're going to do is that we've come all the way across here, so you should have something that looks like this. You can see these V's all along the side here. And now we're going to chain 1 and turn clockwise. That does matter. It keeps your tension consistent. Skip the turning chain and we're not working into it. Okay, so here's the key rule. Whatever side the herringbone pattern is formed on, that's the side you insert your hook from. So row 2, you're inserting from the back. Okay, so you're inserting from the back here. You're not going to come through this side. So for the herringbone, we're coming in on the other side. So you're going to come in through here, keep your yarn to the front. You're going to come through those first 2 stitches. And then you're also going to come down and under that 3rd one, just below, and you're going to wrap your yarn around and you're going to twist your hook a little bit so you're pulling the loop through. So you'll have 2 loops now on your hook, and you're going to wrap your yarn and you're going to pull through those 2 loops. Okay, so now again, keep your yarn to the front. You're going to go through that first leg of your stitch. Then you're going to come in under that V. Then you're going to pick up that 3rd leg there. You're going to grab the yarn and pull it back through. Now you'll have 3 loops on your hook, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. This way you're keeping your herringbone pattern on the right side. Again, keep your yarn back. You're going to go in through that last vertical bar. You're going to come in underneath the V, and then you're going to come through and pick up that third bar there just underneath. Grab your yarn and pull it through. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. Again, one more time. If you yarn to the front of your work at the moment, you're going to come through that vertical bar, that very last vertical bar of your stitch. You're going to come in under the V of your next stitch, and then you're going to also grab that bar just one below, so you'll have 3 bars going across your hook. Grab your yarn, pull through a loop, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Continue that down to the end, and I'll meet you down here. And don't forget your stitch markers. Pop it into that very first stitch that we made. Okay, keep working down and I'll meet you at the end. Okay, so now we've gotten down and we've placed our last herringbone in our last stitch. If you turn your work, you can see the pattern starting to take shape. And what we do for round 3 is we are going to repeat what we've done. Okay, so for row 3, what we're going to do is we are basically going to be repeating our row 1. Okay, so we've chained 1, we've turned our work clockwise. You're going to insert your hook and make a single crochet into that first stitch. And you're going to go through the last bar of your single crochet. Then you're going to come in underneath these two stitches here. But you're also going to pick up that third bar just below. You're going to yarn over and pull up another loop, leaving you at 3, and you're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. Again, you're going to insert that first vertical bar. Then you're going to go in underneath the next stitch, so you'll get the V, and then you're going to pick up that third bar as well. You're going to yarn up and pull up and go through all 3. Okay, so work this the whole way across again, and I will meet you back at the end. And by the way, just a quick tip for you. If you see a gap forming, it means you've missed that third loop and you need to fix that. That third loop makes all the difference and it stops you getting a gap in between. Okay, so and at the last stitch, remove your stitch marker, pick up all 3 loops and complete as normal. Okay, so that was our row 3 repeat, which is a repeat of row 1. And our row 4 is going to be a repeat of row 2. So you will chain 1, which we've already done, and then you're going to turn your work clockwise. Always important to turn your work clockwise. Never work into that chain 1. And what you're going to do is you're going to come up under from the back. For the row 1s, the uneven number rows, we come from the front. For the even numbers, we're coming from the back. So make sure your yarn is in front and come through all 3 loops on your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, and that is your single crochet. And then here on, you're going through that very first loop again. Then you're going into your next stitch, so you're getting the V from your next stitch onto your hook. But then you're also picking up that third loop just below. Again, grab your yarn, pull up a loop, and finish your stitch. And you're going to do that the whole way across again to the end, and you can place your stitch marker back into that first stitch there. And work all the way down to the end again, and that is your 2 row repeat. Okay, so just quick reminder, every herringbone stitch should line up matching the stitch in the previous row, and that's what creates the pattern. If something looks off, you've likely missed that third loop that we were going into earlier. You can make this into any size you want, any wool, any hook. Just keep alternating row 1 and row 2 until your fabric is the size you need. After a few rows, it gets really rhythmic. You'll stop counting and just feel the stitch. The result, a gorgeous textured, woven looking fabric. And it's way easier than it looks. And that's it. Herringbone single crochet. Honestly, one of the most satisfying stitches once it clicks. If you give it a go, I'd love to see it. Tag me over Instagram or drop in on the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if this helped you, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, happy crocheting!